So I work with men and women of all ages and abilities, and a common misconception I hear is that weight training is really for the younger generation. Especially hear that from women, maybe 40s, even 50s and beyond. I hear, weight training is not really for our generation, when actually the truth is very different. So in your 40s and 50s, especially in women, and as you get older, as your hormones start to decline a little bit, you definitely see the onset of things like osteoporosis, which is your bone density sort of reducing, and sarcopenia, same thing with muscles. Now, that means at those ages, 40s, 50s and beyond, weight training is even more important, because you can start to stave off the onset of osteoporosis and maybe even reverse it by adding weight training into your regime. Thing is, then I hear from sort of older people, oh, well, it's a bit painful, and those lifting weights, it's a bit painful, isn't it? Well, I'd like you just to take a thought for a minute. How about comparing the pain of maybe lifting weights and some of the aches you get now and again against maybe the pain of lying in hospital with a hip fracture? Now, it's so easy as osteoporosis sets in for all of us as we get older, if we don't try and reverse it, that bones become weaker and less dense. And it becomes so much easier to take a slight slip or a slight fall, something that you wouldn't have even thought about when you're in your 20s, will create a hip fracture or a knee fracture or another fracture in your body, and suddenly you're laid up in hospital. So then the thought of doing that weight training doesn't seem quite so painful. So maybe having a bit of foresight and thinking, right, going to keep my joints, my bones strong now, so I can forget about laying in a hospital bed having regrets about not weight training.